I went Steam dumpster diving for 5 horror games. Lots of these are just one developer games, and it's cool to see the creative ideas that people tend to come up with. Maybe you'll find a Halloween spooky season game that you can pick up for only $2 to $5. And I can't lie, some of these games were very creative. One even leaves your computer actually haunted. You'll see what I mean as we progress through the video. The first game I played was called A Lonely Cabin. Now, the reviews are mostly positive, but there's also only 24 of them. Page looks okay, pictures look okay, and I decided to pull the trigger and give it a go. When first entering the game, it was immediately obvious that it was, of course, made by a solo developer, which is pretty much expected for a game of this caliber. And with that context in mind, the game itself really wasn't that bad. So I gotta leave now, and I'm sure he's gonna be waiting outside. Run? No, wait, I gotta... Bro, I have no... Bro, why? It's this dude again, bro! It's this same dude, bro! Alright, what the fuck are you doing here? Keeping a close eye on you to make sure you're doing what you've been told. What the fuck, bro? Use the knife I found and stab him. Kill his ass, bro! I must say, I didn't expect to meet you again, especially not here in heaven or hell, whatever you want to call it. What? He killed me? I lost the knife fight! Bro, you have to right-click the knife! I can't believe I lost the knife fight. The hallucinations were too much for you to handle, and it drove you to insanity, which led to a tragic suicide with the use of a knife. Wait, I killed myself in-game? So I ended up finishing the entire game, and I would say the most glaring issue was the obvious lack of animations. The jump scares were very flat, and it simply happened by teleporting the model in front of the player. It also only took me like 20-30 minutes, I think, to beat the game. The premise being that the guy hunting us is ourselves, and we are genuinely losing our minds, meaning when I stabbed the dude at the end, I stabbed myself. Whoops, I guess. Atmosphere and sound design were actually pretty good considering it's just a solo developer, and I hope he keeps improving his current skill set and making more games because the passion and ideas were clearly there. The next game is called Sophies Curse. The Steam page looks healthy with over 300 reviews and it being very positive. It came out back in 2016, but has actually aged very well in my opinion. The main objective of the game is pretty simple. This one might be most suitable as a Halloween fun game. It cost me like $3 and has a challenging but scary game loop. Essentially, you have 4 lights that are always discharging and you have to keep them on. There's a laptop that indicates one of these lights as a safe zone, and your only objective is to keep these lights on until the next morning. You basically run around charging these lights and keeping yourself alive in the process. If Sophie appears, you have to run from her in the opposite direction and try to get to the safe zone. Sophie can also appear behind you with a distinct sound, and in this case, you're supposed to just stop charging the light and do not turn around, or else this happens. Just make it to the safe zone, you're good. Wait for the flashing to stop. If you hear a scary noise, she's behind you, run the other way. Now there are checkpoints throughout the hours of the night, and when you die, you end up back at that specific checkpoint. The gameplay loop is actually quite fun, and I feel it'd be really entertaining with friends around the same computer, all taking turns trying to get through the night. Almost like changing shifts and you each take a shift. Graphically, the game is actually really well designed, and the controls are all done through your mouse, which is pretty intuitive. If you panic, you can easily misclick and end up dead, which is thematically fitting, of course, and it's something that I've did more than once while playing. I also didn't encounter a single bug, and unlike the previous game, there is a variety of animations to keep the jump scares quite engaging. So yeah, overall, I would actually say great work from the devs. So The Last Neighbor is the next game, little over 100 reviews and mostly positive. However, it's by far my least favorite game on the list. The very start of the game is very abrupt and didn't really have much explanation. We ball. What? 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 What the fuck? What the fuck? I ended up struggling with the game loop itself. I feel like it's supposed to be like a FNAF style game, but I never played that either, and my experience was mixed. Hold up, I actually can't play. I'm boosted. Wait, I'm actually boosted. How long am I supposed to do this for? What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Right click to flash hyperlight. Warning, only use it when you see the enemy. Oh, left click to turn flashlight on and off. Okay. Alright. After getting through the first minigame, I thought maybe the game could be okay. It's playing its effect based off of paranoia. Keep looking over your shoulders so you can flash the light and keep yourself protected while completing the minigame. The problem is, I was more afraid to die because I really didn't just want to redo the minigame itself. It felt tedious and a bit boring, to be honest. After the minigame was done, I ended up in a room where I have to keep the doors closed, but this is where the controls ended up feeling clunky and I found myself dying for no reason, and at no point did I feel scared, but only frustrating. Because, yeah, okay, like he's there. Dude. What? What do you? Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Overall, I just wouldn't recommend this game, especially because I think the rest of this list has some very, very worthy titles. The next game is I'm Scared. So here the game is a bit more popular. Coming out in January of 2016, it has nearly 2,000 reviews, with the average being very positive. And to be honest, that's for some good reason. This one is the most creative game I've played, maybe ever, to some degree. I know it's a bold statement, but let me explain, because I have to give the developer some credit. They thought outside the box a lot here. The game's graphics are, of course, pretty simple, and for that reason it is the least scary game on the list, in quotations, as it refrains from jump scares and is more so an eerie vibe. It's more of a concept of some sort. The game interacts with your computer by faking blue screens, crashing the game, and creating folders within your computer where you find clues. The concept being that your computer is haunted by a cursed bite and it's watching your every move. And this concept specifically works pretty well. The puzzles are engaging, but not too hard to a point where it gets boring. There's one moment where the computer blue screened and closed the game. When reopening it, I had to answer a question about this haunted bite. When answering incorrectly, it crashes your game again and will continue to do so until you get it right. Luckily, I was actually live streaming on Twitch and my chat helped me with the answer because I was a little bit oblivious. Oh, thank you! Fucking thank you! Let's play tag. What do you mean let's play tag? What do you mean let's play tag? What does that mean? What? The jump scare is it crashes? Wait, I understand the game now. The game just actually drive you insane. Like, that's it. This game genuinely has some great aha moments. And throughout the entire time, I felt engaged at what puzzle would come next. Even at one point used a fake crash instead of a real crash to hide a jump scare. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. What? Then it closed. Wait, that's great. Wait. Or at another point, I clicked a button that opened a YouTube video with hidden clues within it made by the developer themselves. Chat. It opened this. Bro, this shit's virus. Bro, this shit's a malware. Really, the dev here was very creative, and it was a unique experience that I can recommend, especially if you want a spooky vibe without really being jump scared at any particular point. The final game on this list is called Yomawari Night Alone. 1,500 reviews and mostly positive. This game came out during October of 2016 and is clearly not fully unknown. Similar to our previous game, it also is a great spooky month themed game that is not really aggressive in its horror. No big jump scares or disturbing imagery. Well, I mean, to an extent. What the fuck? C to use an item. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck was that? Yeah, that's how the game starts. And while I was very speculative at first, it ended up being a very enjoyable adventure. The controls are interesting and the idea is avoidance and puzzle solving. You are given a flashlight and this flashlight exposes the enemies. Many enemies remain invisible unless exposed under your light and can kill you in an instant. You kind of have to keep your... What the fuck? Wait, okay, I didn't expect that. Wait, I didn't expect that. It'll be your job to navigate the sizable map carefully, and while you do so, you end up encountering a ton of different areas and different enemy types, all of which move or attack you differently. Figuring out how to get around them is actually part of the gameplay loop, and you are always at the mercy of a single misstep. The true horror is played out by being punished by dying. Checkpoints cost money in this game, and you essentially pick up these these coins on the street that you can use at these small shrines that save your progress, which actually adds strategy to the game. Dying after exploring a lot will put you decently far back, and you have to re-navigate those enemies. It's never far back enough to be tedious though, but just enough to feel punished for dying. Though the highlight of this game is really its art style. It is a treat to look at, and the polish of the game and the animations as well as the mechanics feel fluid. The enemies are also very creative. I mean, an eyeball with a mouth or a random massive baby flashing through the house were simply things I didn't expect. What the fuck? What? Okay, wait, that's disturbing. Wait. Another mechanic this game has is bushes being a safe zone for our character, meaning when in a pickle, you can hop into a bush and the screen goes dark. Then you use sound and pulses to try and determine when it's safe to jump back out, though often you simply have to react and move fast to stay alive. Bro, the fact you're saying this... Okay. What? Whoa, okay, what the fuck? The game's puzzles are never too hard in my opinion, and some people do like hard puzzles, but I'm just not one of them. I feel their purpose is just to be placed to help pacing of the game, and this game does that pretty well. There's also a lot of other creative things that happen. For example, I encountered this girl ghost enemy thing in which one of her attacks were to literally teleport in front of you. Run! That's stupid. Actually, no, it's literally undodgeable. Fuck that. And it was frustrating at first before I learned that I need to sidestep, and then it became an intuitive challenge that I'm glad they threw in. I didn't think you could get past it. You can sidestep. Yeah, as long as you sidestep, you can make it. But it didn't really end there. As I was sidestepping and dodging this ghost, I was eventually confronted by two paths, going down or going up. At first I went down and I saw the girl's body on the ground as the ghost chased me. It was a dead end, so I died. Alright, we go straight, I thought. Well, that was also a dead end by a cliffside. So I had to backtrack, eventually finding a necklace. And there was my aha moment. I redid the run, went down instead of up, and interacted with the body before the ghost got the best of me. I placed the necklace on her body, vanquishing the ghost, followed by a nice little scene of placing a flower by the forgotten soulless corpse. And that's what I'm trying to talk about. I got this game for $5, though its full price is $20. I wouldn't recommend it at the full price. However, if the gameplay intrigued you, it's an easy recommendation when the game goes on a deep sale, as it has a particular charm to it.